Somewhere in central India, there is a temple that was never built. It was unbuilt. No bricks were stacked. No stones were placed on top of each other. Instead, ancient workers took a mountain and carved everything they didn't need away, until a 3-story temple was left standing alone inside a pit of solid rock. This is the Kailasa Temple, and what's strange isn't just how it was made, it's why. This is Cave 16 of the Ellora caves in Maharashtra, India, and out of over 100 caves at this site, this one temple breaks every rule. Historians call it one of the greatest architectural achievements in human history. Engineers today still argue about how it was even possible without modern tools. And by the end of this video, you'll understand not just how this temple was carved from a single rock, but why the ancient builders chose to model it after a mountain that, to this day, no human has ever climbed to the top of. The Kailasa Temple is what's called a monolithic rock-cut structure, meaning the entire temple, from its base to its towering shikara spire, was carved out of one single piece of volcanic basalt rock. It's part of the larger Ellora Caves complex, a UNESCO World Heritage Site carved between the 6th and 10th centuries. But Kailasa isn't a cave. It's a full temple, courtyards, pillared halls, shrines, life-sized elephant sculptures, and a soaring tower, all carved downward and inward from the top of a cliff face. To put the scale in perspective, it's estimated that workers removed over 200,000 tons of rock. And they didn't build up. They dug down, meaning a single mistake, a single wrong cut, could never be corrected. There was no adding material back. Here's what makes this genuinely mind-bending. Normal construction, even ancient construction like the pyramids, is additive. You quarry stone elsewhere, transport it, and stack it. Kailasa is subtractive architecture. The builders started at the top of a hillside and cut 3 deep trenches downward into the rock, isolating a massive block of stone in the center. Then, working from the top of that block downward, they carved out the temple's spire first, then the roof, then the walls, then the intricate carvings. Think about what that means. The architects had to have the entire 3-dimensional structure planned in their minds before a single cut was made. There were no scaffolds to check measurements from below, no do-overs. Modern estimates suggest that even with today's tools, replicating this project would take decades. It's believed to have been completed in a similar or shorter time span, by hand with hammers and chisels, under the patronage of the Rashtrakuta king Krishna I in the 8th century. So why name a temple after a mountain? Because that mountain isn't just any mountain. Mount Kailash sits in a remote region of Tibet, and in Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, and Bon traditions, it's considered the literal home of the god Shiva, the axis of the universe itself. And here's the detail that changes everything. To this day, no confirmed human ascent to its summit exists. Not because it's the tallest, it isn't even close at just over 6,600 meters. It's considered too sacred to climb, and multiple expeditions have been turned back or voluntarily abandoned out of religious respect. So when the architects of this temple in central India decided to carve an entire mountain into the shape of Shiva's mythical abode, they weren't just building a monument. They were trying to bring the unreachable, unclimbable cosmic mountain down to earth, where pilgrims could actually walk through it. Every part of the temple reinforces this idea. The structure itself is designed to resemble Mount Kailash, a stepped mountain-like tower rising from the center, meant to evoke Shiva's Himalayan home. Life-sized stone elephants appear to hold up the base of the temple as if the entire mountain is being carried on their backs. Bridges connect separate carved sections, mimicking how a devotee might physically move up a sacred mountain slope during a pilgrimage. One of the most famous panels shows the demon king Ravana attempting to lift Mount Kailash itself, and Shiva simply pressing it back down with his toe. It's not decoration, it's the entire theology of the temple, carved directly into its walls. This mountain cannot be moved, conquered, or claimed. It can only be honored. Even now, there are things about Kailasa that don't fully add up. Historians debate how a project of this precision was completed. Some estimates by traditional methods, in a time frame that seems almost too short for the tools available. Most mainstream archaeologists lean toward the latter, a project that likely spanned generations of skilled labor, refined over decades, rather than any single miraculous method. But the honest answer is, we still don't have every piece of the story. And that gap is part of what keeps people fascinated by it. If this kind of history fascinates you, subscribe to my channel